Robert Whittaker has faced some of the most dangerous wrestlers in the UFC. From Olympic-level grapplers to relentless pressure fighters, the Reaper has faced them all. But can his skills hold up against the relentless pressure of Khamzat Chimaev, who is known for his relentless wrestling and supreme ground game? With their fight just around the corner, let's dive into Whittaker's track record against elite wrestlers and see if he has what it takes to keep boars at bay. Whittaker's defensive wrestling. Whittaker's MMA career began with a striking focus, mainly rooted in karate and kickboxing, but his evolution as a fighter didn't stop there. He also took up freestyle wrestling competitively in Australia, even representing the country at the 2017 Commonwealth Wrestling Championships, where he earned a silver medal. This experience significantly enhanced his grappling game, making his defensive wrestling a key weapon against some of the division's best. With a solid takedown defense rate of over 83%, Whittaker has developed a style that blends explosive footwork, sharp instincts, and the ability to stuff takedowns from world-class wrestlers. His wrestling background not only helps him stay on his feet, but also provides the skills to scramble and regain control when taken down. This combination of striking and grappling makes him one of the most well-rounded middleweights in the UFC. He fights against wrestlers. Whittaker's back-to-back 2 fights with Romero showcased his heart and resilience. Despite Romero's Olympic-level wrestling record, Whittaker was able to keep the fight standing for most of the time, using lateral movement and precise timing to stuff takedown attempts. He also effectively employed his striking to disrupt Romero's rhythm, showing his ability to adapt even when dealing with explosive bursts from a world-class wrestler. Kelvin Gastelum. Against Gastelum, Whittaker didn't just rely on his defensive wrestling. He actively integrated offensive takedowns into his strategy. Throughout the fight, he surprised Gastelum with well-timed level changes, successfully securing multiple takedowns. This showed a different dimension to his game, proving that he could mix wrestling into his approach and keep opponents guessing. Jared Cannonier. While not primarily a wrestler, Cannonier's physicality posed a different kind of threat. Whittaker showed that he could use his wrestling not just for defense, but also to mix things up and keep his opponent guessing. He blended his wrestling perfectly into his overall game, making it difficult for Cannonier to find any rhythm. These fights were like tests for Robert Whittaker, in which he consistently proved himself, showing that he's not only capable of defending against wrestling, but also using it as a tool to maintain his advantage. Comparing Khamzat's style, Khamzat Chimaev brings a different kind of threat to the table, one that Whittaker hasn't quite seen before. Known for his relentless wrestling, Chimaev's style is built around constant pressure and an ability to land takedowns effortlessly. Once he gets his opponents to the ground, his top control and ground and pound are relentless, making it nearly impossible for them to escape or find any openings. Unlike Whittaker's previous opponents, Chimaev doesn't just rely on bursts of wrestling. He pushes a non-stop pace that can overwhelm fighters. His ability to blend striking with his takedowns makes him even more dangerous, as he can switch levels in the blink of an eye. This relentless approach will pose a unique challenge for Whittaker, who will need to be ready for not just defending a few takedowns, but potentially battling Chimaev's pressure, especially in the first half of fight. Comparing Chimaev's style to the wrestlers Whittaker has faced in the past reveals some key differences. While Yoel Romero relied on explosive single shots, Chimaev's focus on relentless control and ground dominance sets him apart. Whittaker will need to adapt to this unique style to avoid getting caught in the choke of boars. Robert's game plan for Khamzat. To deal with Khamzat's relentless grappling, Whittaker will need a smart game plan that combines his striking skills with sharp defensive wrestling. The key to success might lie in keeping the fight at range, using his quick footwork to stay elusive and prevent Khamzat from closing the distance. Whittaker's ability to maintain movement while striking will be crucial in disrupting Chimaev's attempts to shoot for takedowns. Staying calm under pressure and using scrambles to get back to his feet will be essential. He could also employ clinch work to break Khamzat's rhythm and tire him out over the course of the fight, as Khamzat's stamina is his kryptonite, and he starts to fade slowly after first round. Khamzat's 2 fights against elite fighters Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman, who are both pretty good on the ground. Khamzat dominated the first round, but faded away in the second and third. At UFC 308, Khamzat will be fighting 5 rounds against Robert. So, my brain is yelling Robert's name, but Khamzat is very capable of proving all of us who are willing to bet against him wrong. Moreover, if Whittaker can handle the pressure he will face from Khamzat and makes it through the first round, he could create openings for his striking and potentially catch Khamzat off guard. Khamzat isn't the same fighter after round 1 as we saw against Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman, and Robert Whittaker is a superior striker compared to Chimaev. So I think Robert can win by TKO in the later rounds or by a decision, but that depends on whether he gets through the first round.